What's going on, everybody? A lot to do tonight when it comes to Philadelphia sports. We got the Phillies to talk about, obviously. We got the Eagles. We got the Sixers. We got Furkan Korkmaz drilling threes when it doesn't matter. Let's go.
Let's go! This ain't the rock night, or this game can heat stink!
Oh, shit!
It's cold!
What's going on, everybody? Before we start the show, make sure you hit that like, subscribe to the channel, comment throughout the show. Flight Zone, only on A2D Radio, every Monday night, 9:30, brought to you by fanup.app. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NBA contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points at a $50 value, fanup.app. And when you do that, just remember, do not trust Tobias Harris. Do not trust Furkan Korkmaz. Do not trust Shake
Milton's numbers.
Do not do this.
They're
Tonight,
getting confidence.
this night is just a whole lot of fakeness. It means a lot when it comes to the seeding, what it means to who we're going to be matched up with, whether we're the 1 seed, whether we're the 2 seed, whether we're the 3 seed. At the end of the day, last year, it didn't matter when we were the number 1 seed. So everybody that's going to be happy about tonight with Shake Milton's numbers and Furkan Korkmaz's numbers, we all know the guys that are going to get the basketballs in their hand, and that is Joel Embiid and James Harden. Now, we're going to need Tobias Harris to complement them when he has the ball in his hand, and he really hasn't been doing that today. He made a couple shots in the fourth quarter tonight. Where has he been the entire game? That's why it's been a close game all night, because he hasn't showed up. You'd have to depend on Shake Milton for Furkan Korkmaz.
Yep.
And that's not going to get it done come playoff time. Now, tonight we wanted to talk more Phillies, more Eagles, especially since we heard that James Harden and Joe were going to be out for tonight. This team, when it comes to the Sixers, you just need to get the chemistry down. And you're going to need more than 5 to 6 guys scoring the basketball. That's the bottom line. So maybe tonight opens up the door for guys like Shake. Maybe it opens up the door for guys like Furkan when you maybe put him in for a minute or two, see if he's hot. And if he's hot, take him out.
Yep.
Or if he's not, take him out. But you got any thoughts on this Sixers game so far? I mean, we got 103-99, 3 minutes left. Sixers are up.
I mean, it was just, I guess you're catching the heat on an off night, for the exception of Jimmy Butler, of course.
Oh yeah, trap game for the Heat for sure tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they had the Heat should be winning in every aspect right now, but shit. I mean, I guess the fans showed up or something, but I know Tobias hasn't because he only has 13 points, and he should be the leader of that squad right now with like at least 30. But
I mean, he had 8 points the other night or last night. So.
And it's surprising because it's just coming up now. Like they have the same amount of turnovers right now. So I get the Heat are playing a lot more sloppy of a game still.
Oh yeah, trap game 100%. They were thinking this was going to be an easy game, especially since Joe and Harden are out. We're coming off a back-to-back. Same thing that happened to us a couple days ago when it came to the Magic. When it was the first half of our back-to-back, and the Magic played us hard, and it took us till overtime to get it done. It was our show last week. So
yeah, you're right. And then Shake Milton just gets blasted in the eye. Just gets completely fucked up. But yeah, I'm excited to talk Eagles and Phillies now.
Yeah. But, we'll obviously keep an eye on the Sixers game as we go down the stretch. 103, 101. Obviously, we'll have reactions as we go throughout the show. There's M. Night Shyamalan, front row. You would have think he got shot in the eye. Maybe a contact came out. I don't know.
It shot right up. They should have done slow-mo. His contact.
Where are we at? All right.
Wow.
All right, poll for the night.
Oh, my bad. I was about to say Shake Milton's season high is only 20 this season. Jesus.
Well, I mean, 20 points is a good night, dude. It's just
it
doesn't matter. And his contact came right out. That's hilarious. And there's the Dr. DeAndre Jordan. Dude, DeAndre Jordan had
he
was gasping for air on the first possession of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Hands and knees. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Dude, it's all the LA. He barely played in LA.
No, I'm just like, we put out a meme earlier on A2D. It's all on Facebook. It was Doc Rivers likes to play Paul Millsap and DeAndre Jordan over Charles Bassey and Paul Reed. And it's true. Like, the latter of those two guys, the younger guys, they're going to be producing as much as the older guys. So what are we thinking about?
Yeah. I mean, like, we even said it before that you didn't really need DeAndre Jordan. I mean, you could have taken like maybe a guard, but like those bigger guys, the big guys are just big dudes. They're just there to get rebounds and
just give you some hustle. Give you some hustle. They need to have some legs into them. Give you some offensive rebounds.
Charles Bassey and B-Ball Paul are they're way faster than DeAndre Jordan is, and Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap is out there with Bam Adebayo, who's actually the same height, but you need a guy who's a little bit bigger, because all Bam is doing is just getting lobs. Yeah. And DeAndre Jordan's too slow to get
up in the air.
So
I
don't know.
All right, poll for the night brought to you by Oriah Public Adjusting. You have damage to your home or property, we may be able to help. Don't fight your homeowner's insurance alone. Contact Oriah Public Adjusting at 813-564-3364. They're licensed in Florida, Pennsylvania, and 13 other states. Make sure you check them out. And poll for the night going to be Phillies base, because obviously they had some huge signings since the last time Evan and I were on the airwaves. Big signing of Kyle Schwarber, big signing of Nick Castellanos. Offense looks like stellar offense right now. Probably going to be competing up there with the Braves, the Dodgers. People are still saying that the Mets are better than us, but I know at the end of the day, the Mets are the Mets, and they're going to crash and burn. So I am not worried about the Mets, not even a little bit. The same thing with the Cowboys. We say it every year. They are the equivalent to the Cowboys, the New York Mets. Poll: Phillies are National League contenders. Agree or disagree? And by contender, I mean they're going to be a top 3 team. Now, you obviously look at the Dodgers; they're going to be up there. Still looking at the Brewers. We're looking at the Padres, Giants, Braves, Mets, and then you got the Phillies. Now, when it comes to all of them, and you see our lineup, Tyrese Maxey is a bucket. That right there. That was Tyrese Maxey is a bucket.
That was something out of Harden's playbook, but yeah.
We need to get him the ball. Tyrese Maxey needs to bring the ball up the court more often, and James Harden needs to go back to that 2-guard-esque. I'm sick of James Harden just dribbling us out of basketball games, and that's the bottom line right there. Going back to the Phillies, I'm going to agree to the poll. I think they're going to be National League contenders. We go through this lineup. You got Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber, Hoskins, JT, and then you got Gene, Didi, Bohm, Stott, or Double. Those are some good guys. And then when you're in second place, first place, come trade deadline, you could go fill in those holes. You could go get a shortstop at the trade deadline. You could go get a reliever at the deadline. You could go get a starter at the deadline, so that Kyle Gibson doesn't have to pitch for you. Yeah, he was kind of okay down the stretch.
We'll talk about him. Yeah, dude. So, after getting Castellanos, Schwarber, I just feel like the expectations just jumped a whole lot more, because it's the first time the Phillies have touched a luxury tax in 20 years, which is huge. So you just got to be a lot more reliant, I guess, on your pitching and all that. So I don't know. I hope the rotation stays true and we're not having to blow 26 games like this season, because that's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mr. Wade.
I'd say like they're I guess just from getting those two, they're legit, because that's two extra bats already on the MVP.
Mm-hmm. And you look at it, you're probably going to have Schwarber leading off, which great on base percentage, has the power, can hit it out of the ballpark, hit it anywhere in the ballpark.
Yeah.
I would probably put Nicky Katz number 2, Bryce 3, Hoskins 4, JT 5, Segura 6, 7 would probably be Odubel, 8 would be Bohm, and then 9 would be Didi. I know Didi back in the day in New York, he was a 9-hole hitter, and he was great in that position. So you put Didi right there. Hopefully his glove is good enough, and then eventually you could shape Bryson Stott into that lineup.
Absolutely.
So the Phillies, I'm all in. I'm all in. Yeah. I'm probably going to try and get an opening day ticket if we're going to be completely serious.
Yeah.
I think you should stay away because whenever there's a big game.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Mackey with another 3.
But yeah, I just hope the everything's good with the what do you call it, the bullpen. I mean, it was just absolutely terrible. But I mean, it's a new season. You really only got a few guys. Like you got Familia, you don't really know what's going on with what's that young dude's name? Sir Anthony.
Yeah.
Because you still have Alvarado, but you don't have that long reliever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not yet. Not yet. I think you possibly come back and sign one more guy. Is Clayton Kershaw still on the market? Let me look that up right now.
I don't know. Can he hold up?
Dude, if he's still on the market, you could make him your 5th starter and then make Gibby your long reliever.
Yeah, that wouldn't be you still have Ranger as one of your rotational pitchers, right?
Who was it?
Ranger Suarez.
No, yeah, he'll still be in the rotation. It'll probably right now probably Wheeler, Nola, Eflin, Ranger, and Gibson.
Yep.
And then
so you do need another. I mean, Gibson he can relieve or he can start. I mean, you can there's a few options out in the market you can go, or just bring up somebody from your AAA team if they're ready.
Yeah, definitely.
Kershaw 1 year to the Dodgers. He just signed. Not just signed, but he is signed.
All right.
Wow, the Dodgers really. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's over the luxury tax by a shit ton.
Yeah, a lot of reaction to Tyrese Maxey. Before we knew it, dude has 28 points.
Yep.
I mean, 8 minutes ago, he had, 13 points?
Yeah.
Another game where Tyrese Maxey just closes out. This kid is your closer. And I think James Harden needs to realize that. I think Doc Rivers needs to realize that. I think Joel Embiid needs to realize that. Give this kid the ball when you need to close out a game. It's why you lost the Raptors game. It's why you're blowing 15-point leads, 19-point leads, 24-point leads. There is absolutely zero game plan that Doc Rivers is putting out when you have all the guys healthy.
Exactly. I mean, he's relying on the same too. It's sad because Maxey can be that guy, and they're not given an opportunity because Joel's field goal percentage has been tanking the last few games. I mean, the last few weeks, really. I know he's still scoring 30, but he's taken like almost 50 shots.
I mean, I'll tell you, it's because that they're trying to gel in. They're trying to see what's up, you know.
And that Harden and Embiid pick and roll, it works half the time.
Yeah,
because they're both ISO guys, and it's not like a catch and shoot type of guy like you had with JJ Redick. Like it's not going to flow like that.
Yeah. So since the Heat loss, down in Miami when Harden was out after they just started 5-0 with Harden. They are 4-4 since then. After they win tonight, they'll be 5-4. So clearly you have some gelling that needs to go on between this team.
Yeah. Wow.
But it just seems whenever Tyrese Maxey is the only available option, he's going to deliver. You know?
Yeah. Did
you see
that yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Tobias Harris. Tyrese Maxey.
Oh man, that was.
I'm telling you, like, I'm speechless. I'm speechless with this kid. Speechless. Like Georges Niang, Glenn Rivers, Tobias Harris. They just suck. And then Tyrese Maxey, a 21-year-old kid, just comes and balls.
Yep.
He doesn't care what we say about him. He's always engaging with us.
Yep. Oh,
and then people want to blame him when he's out of the game plan. He's out of the game plan because of Glenn Rivers and James Harden.
Yeah, you're right.
We need to keep this kid involved when everybody is healthy. He needs to have a significant role in this offense. And I don't want people blaming him, saying he's not being assertive enough. He's not being assertive enough because James Harden always has the ball.
Yep, absolutely. And, you know, and everyone's saying, oh, let's go get Beal this offseason now. Why? For what?
Dude, I'm not, because that means Tyrese Maxey is probably not going to be here. You know? I mean, you're probably going to have to trade for Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Whether it's a sign and trade, because you're not going to be able to have all those contracts. So you're probably going to have to get rid of Tobias, and Maxey's probably going to be in that deal. Matisse Thybulle's going to be in that deal. Everybody's going to be in that deal.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. What a win. That was a great win. I mean, they really twisted our nuts last game, but I guess that was the untwister. I don't know what else to say. Oh, that was a pretty good
untwister.
One. Beautiful.
All right.
Just the confidence and like just everything he has.
Yeah.
Helps us out a lot. And if we keep him for a long time, that'll probably pay off for us greatly.
Yep. So Sixers win 113-106. Tobias Harris, 6 for 12 from the field. There's no reason why he should only be shooting 12 times when James Harden and Joel Embiid are out. He was 1 for 3 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, and 14 points. Georges Niang, 15 points, 3 for 8. 3 for 8 from 3 was Georges Niang. Tyrese Maxey, 28 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 of 7 from 3, 7 of 7 from the line, 9 of 15 from the field altogether.
Wow.
Kid is just a stud. Only 3 turnovers.
Yep.
And he was handling the ball majority of the time.
That's good. I guess, like, hopefully Glenn Rivers gets a little idea and sees that he is such a ball dominant player, and he can take over games, because you've seen it the past year. Like, he's had a 40-point games.
Yeah. Yep.
Just give him the ball.
Takes over games. He's your closer. He is your closer right now.
Yep. Because I honestly, after watching that yesterday with Harden, he couldn't, like, that was the same game I saw from the other guy. You know, I'm not even gonna say his name. That's the same game I saw from the other guy, and it was scary. You know, and everyone says don't overreact, but shit, Harden. You already know, a lot of people think that Harden is a choker when it comes to the playoffs, which I don't think that's absolutely true. It's just the team he was on. But if he pulls this, I don't see us re-signing him next year. If he pulls that in the playoffs, like an 11-point, and just absolutely just misses like 4 free throws in the fourth quarter, you can't.
Plays no hustle defense, no transition game whatsoever.
Yep.
I mean, at that point, I hate to say it, but you'd rather have Ben Simmons on the team. If James Harden's going to be ball dominant, going 1 for 11 from the field, scoring 11 points, playing no defense.
Yep.
That's 4 and 5 basketball right there.
Yep. So, I don't know.
All right. Just joining us. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Clearly, talk a little Sixers. We're going to move on to some Phillies. Definitely move on to some Eagles talk as just free agents get taken off the board. Trades happen. Sean Watson to Cleveland. Wow. Where's Baker Mayfield going to go? Matt Ryan to Indianapolis. Carson Wentz to Washington.
Yep.
It's just the reshuffling that, and this is all happening because Matthew Stafford got traded for a haul. and he ends up winning a Super Bowl. So this is probably going to be the new way for the NFL. And that leads us to the Eagles. Are the Eagles a quarterback away if they build up the defense? I think so. And if we're being completely honest, I think they are a safety and a linebacker away from having a top 7, top 8 defense.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Rams, they were top 8 defense. They were in a top 5 this year.
Yeah.
Then they had Matt Ryan and Cooper Kupp really down the stretch. They had a committee running back system.
Yep.
If you have a quarterback, you could win in this league. And don't smirk at me because I know all day you were on Team Jalen Superman.
Is that not wrong? What anybody said in the group chat though?
What was
none of it
saying?
was wrong?
I mean, there was a lot of people saying that they were anti-Jalen.
I know, but it doesn't hurt to give him this last season. It doesn't.
See,
there's better quarterbacks next year than there is this year in the draft.
I mean, I don't know. I like Matt Corral. I like Sam Pickett. According to our boy Ralphie, the Eagles took Sam Pickett out to dinner tonight.
Did they?
Did they? Yes, they did.
They're probably going to make him pay. So I hope they make him pay because no, absolutely not. I don't think that we should be going after a quarterback. I liked exactly what Tom said and what I said before. Go 1-1 or you go 2 defensive guys in the draft. You trade the one next season. Hurts doesn't pan out. You use those 2 first-round picks to move up and get a quarterback. And then that's when it starts. I mean, that's
my only problem is with that is Howie Roseman, who is our second biggest signing this offseason, 3-year deal. He continues to kick the can down the road with these 1-year contracts on defense, with having only one receiver, with having a quarterback that can't throw the football, with having what else? With never drafting a linebacker when you're looking for a new linebacker year after year after year. Yep. He's proven to us this offseason that we're still going to continue to do that. So when you have the 2 picks next year and we're saying, oh, we'll just package them up and we'll trade up and get our quarterback, we're still going to need a corner next year. We're still going to need a linebacker next year.
That's why you go and draft. I think you draft a linebacker.
What have they done to show you that they're going to draft a linebacker this year?
I mean, not much because the linebackers did pretty damn well as the season ended. But I don't think that we won't draft any linebackers at all. I mean, that a viable option is the 2nd round.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't a Kobe Dean and all these other dudes up in a someone can fall. Someone can easily fall, but shit. I mean, we should have got a linebacker years before, like a year ago.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to down the 2nd round pick, but Dickerson. Right. But no.
Just one last point, and then we'll move on to some Sixers, and then we'll move back to the Eagles. We all know what's going to happen. They're going to draft Taylor Linderbaum from Iowa with one of the picks, and then they're going to draft probably Jordan Davis, defensive tackle from Georgia, with another pick, and then they're going to package up that pick and get another 1st-round pick next year. So they'll draft 2 dudes, both in the trenches, and we'll probably pick up another Anthony Harris as a safety in free agency as the summer approaches. We'll probably pick up a linebacker as the summer approaches, maybe like a Dante Hightower or something.
Yeah.
And then you'll pick up a cornerback and you'll have all these 1-year deals. And then the same exact thing is going to happen next offseason.
Yeah.
Where you're not going to be able to package up picks to go get a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they're high picks because Jalen Hurts is taking us to the playoffs this season.
Jalen Hurts it shouldn't be the starting quarterback if him and Gardner Minshew are still on the roster come July.
I mean, I'm not even going to bring it up, but I'm not even going to bring it up.
Go ahead, bring it up. Are you already going to bring it up? We're 24 minutes into the show. I'm surprised you lasted this long.
I'm not going to, but I do think that Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew are pretty much better than 2 of the other guys that are quarterbacks in our division.
So you think so we're being totally real here, throwing all narratives out the window. You think it's Dak Prescott at 1,
Yep.
Gardner Minshew at 2, or I'm sorry, Jalen Hurts at 2, Gardner Minshew at 3, and Carson Wentz at 4.
I'm sorry.
Wow. All right.
I mean,
and
dude,
that note,
look at it. Jimmy, look at it. Carson Wentz had that game again. He couldn't beat the Jets, or he couldn't beat the Jags.
Jalen Hurts couldn't beat the Giants. He put up 7 points against the Giants.
How much did Carson put up against for a playoff spot? He choked. He choked the playoff spot away.
I'm not arguing that, but Carson Wentz also played against a viable quarterback in that game. And they had some weapons. There's no excuses for that, but I'm telling you who the Eagles played. I don't care about who the Colts played. I care about who the Eagles played. And without Gardner Minshew playing like that against the Jets, who knows if Jalen Hurts can beat Zach Wilson? Because I don't know. Did Jalen Hurts beat a quarterback like Zach Wilson last year?
I think so. He did. Was Zach Wilson better than
better than Daniel Jones?
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly.
And Jalen Hurts could have beat Daniel Jones.
That was one game. All right, Jimmy, what about the excuses for the last few times the Eagles lost when Carson Wentz lost against the Giants when Carson Wentz was quarterback? He lost to Daniel Jones.
He had nobody in 2020. I'm not going down this bunny hole with you. I'm not doing it.
I'm pulling you right down, Jim.
Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not saying the same exact shit that I've been saying for the past 3.5 years. I can't do it.
No, dude, I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts is going to win the QB starting job. He's going to be our quarterback, and he's going to show a lot of progression. That's what I hope.
So then why are you throwing it all the way out in the universe right now that we're going to need to draft a quarterback next year? Because
that's just a fallback. That's just a fallback.
There shouldn't be a fallback if you have confidence in the kid.
I have confidence, but it's a damn fallback because we all know people like you like to kick people out of Philly.
Me? I want to kick people out of Philly?
Why? But yeah.
I was the one that was saying I was holding on to Ben Simmons for dear life. What are we talking about?
I know I was too because Carson Wentz is absolutely he was trying to be like Ryan Brodo said.
I'm the one that was running people out of Philly. I never once wanted anybody out of Philly.
You want first got out of Philly. But now, come on. What do you need from Jalen Hurts? Be real. What do you need from Jalen Hurts this season to show that he is your guy?
I need him to show me the ability that he could throw the football. Because when you stack up the box against him, the Eagles' offense looks stagnant.
Yeah.
And I already hear the excuses from Philadelphia Eagle fans, right? Or not even Philadelphia Eagles fans, from the Jalen Hurts apologists. Oh, he has no weapons. There's nobody around him. Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins were open every single play last year. Not even last year. During the Tampa Bay game, they were open all day. And he couldn't get him the ball. He couldn't do it. I love the kid. I love his intangibles. But intangibles don't win Super Bowls. They don't.
You just gotta, dude. You gotta give him this last season. That's all you do. It doesn't matter. Jimmy, do you honestly think if we had Matt Ryan, if we traded for Matt Ryan, we would win the Super Bowl or go far in the playoffs? I really don't think
there's a chance.
No,
Matt.
He sucks.
If you have a top 10 defense around, he has the best offensive line in football if he comes here.
He's a loser. I don't care if he's from this area. He's a loser. Yeah.
Stop. Now you're disrespecting.
I'm not even disrespecting. I'm not.
All right. Since 2008 or 9, who are the top 3 quarterbacks? Since 2008, 2009. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, and Matt Ryan.
I mean, he had one of the best wide receivers that the game's ever seen.
Okay, and so did Matt Stafford in Detroit, and what did that get him? Nothing. And then he goes to a team that actually has some structure around it, and he wins the Super Bowl. You think the Eagles? I mean, Howie Roseman is a big loser sometimes, But I think this organization does have some structure. I mean, you have the top 2 offensive line in football. You have Devontae Smith. You have Quez Watkins.
I know.
And then if you have Matt Ryan, you can maybe get a viable slot guy like Cole Beasley.
Yeah,
but why would Cole Beasley want to come here when Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the football?
You're saying already you're done with Jalen Hurts.
Dude, I am done with him. I told you if we get blown out in this wild card weekend, I am done with Jalen Hurts. He is the sole reason why we lost that game, because he can't throw the football. Nothing has changed since year 1 at Alabama. Nothing. So what is telling you that he can change this year? All there is film on him.
You just give him the chance. That's all you ever do. You give him his last season. Like, I don't get why you're.
I was giving chances to Carson Wentz and Ben Simmons, and now I'm
now
I'm changing my mind, and now I'm getting yelled at for this too. So what is it?
You can't give the same for Jalen. You literally gave Carson Wentz two years of shithousing, and just give him one last season, because you're not in win now mode. If you lose, then he's gone. He's on your bench. I
don't want to waste another year. What does that tell you to Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith needed 17 games to get over 900 yards.
You don't owe him anything.
You don't owe him anything. You traded up to get him. You traded up to get him. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. He wants the ball, and the quarterback can't get him the ball.
He's a rogue.
The quarterback can't target more than one person a game.
Dude, there's players. He's lucky. He's even on a. No, I'm not gonna say on a team. Of course, he's great, but dude, he could be in a much shittier organization with a worse quarterback. He really could be.
I don't know, dude.
Jalen Hurts isn't the worst quarterback
in the NFL.
You're making him seem like the worst quarterback in the league. He's not.
At some point, at some games, he was the worst quarterback in the league.
But you could admit that sometimes when the other guy was here, but why can't you
do it? I said he was the worst quarterback in the league, but there was outstanding circumstances around him. Two things are allowed to be true at once, Evan.
I know. You're just not. You're not giving the double standard.
Make me finish my water before
the double standard. Yeah, you're drinking out of the Ben Simmons sippy cup again.
I'm drinking out of the Aaron Nola sippy cup and the JT Realmuto sippy cup.
Oh man, that's funny. But dude, you gotta give him this last season, and if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, he's gone. And you draft next season. You have backup. And if Jalen Hurts does pan out and has a lot better of a year and shows progression, you have 2 first-round picks next year. You can go throw at another wide receiver in the draft. You can go use it on a defensive player. Like, you have nothing to lose. But if you go and get someone like Matt Ryan, you already know you're going to have to draft a quarterback anyway. So why not see with what you got? Jimmy, we're not winning this season. We're not going far in the playoffs.
That's what everybody said about 2017, and we won a Super Bowl.
That was I'm sorry. I love my Birds, but that was a fluke season. You had
it was still a Super Bowl.
You had one of the best defenses, and dude, look at the roster. The roster then,
all right,
on the defensive side, in my opinion, is better.
Well, if we
offensive line is 5 years younger.
Well, you
have 3 Pro Bowlers on your front line. 4.
Okay. I mean, if we want to start on the defensive side of the ball, your linebackers, you really only had what? All right, let's start with
Kendricks, Hicks. Who else?
Hicks was hurt.
Hurt.
You had Kendricks and Brown. They were your 2 guys.
Yeah.
All right, they're right now they're better than what you have. I mean, you have TJ Edwards right now. I'm hoping that you could get a Bobby Wagner. And then also a Tyrann Mathieu. But this is what I'm trying to say. If you get Bobby Wagner and Tyrann Mathieu, your defense is better this year than what it was in the Super Bowl season.
Absolutely.
And I'll bring it one step further. If you get one of them, your defense is better than what it was in the Super Bowl season.
I would say it's on the same level, just because of that linebacker aspect. One linebacker, you had 2 good linebackers back in 2017. Now you don't have
Kendricks was very questionable. He'll make plays like TJ Edwards.
I know what you mean, but
TJ Edwards is better than Michael Kendricks.
No.
Yes.
No. Michael,
This is why we're on agree to disagree.
No, TJ Edwards would not see a field on any other team in the Super Bowl. That's all I gotta say. He would not.
As a number 2 linebacker, he would.
He would, dude. He would not see time on any other team's linebacker group. He wouldn't. Dude, you were roasting TJ Edwards like the first couple of weeks, saying,
right,
"What the fuck is this guy doing?"
Now I love him.
Said, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, he had his moments. But like the pick 6 from a shitty quarterback isn't that great. Like, congrats. Can you tackle? Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm not one for just throwing away another year of the NFL. It's a week-to-week game. We see it with the Bengals. They build up a defense through free agency, and they draft it well on the offensive side of the ball. Now they're building up their offensive line.
That's what we need to do, but just
quick turnaround.
Opposite sides.
I mean, we already have our offensive line.
Yeah, your defense.
We have running backs that just fill in like it's nothing. We have a tight end. We have 2 wide receivers.
And Jalen Hurts has enough. That's why you go. Jalen Hurts has enough talent around him right now for him to have success for next season. So that's why you go draft maybe 3 defensive guys. If you keep that last one, you trade I want them to trade the one for next season, but use them on all defensive guys. You need a safety. You can use another cornerback, linebacker, and a D lineman.
Yeah.
So they have options, and I hope they don't go and draft a wide receiver or anything like that. Probably not, because they just got Zach Pascal, but
well, yeah, you know damn well they're not drafting a wide receiver within the first 3 rounds this year, because you know damn well if that were the case, they would have to let go or trade away Jalen Reagor, because your 4 receivers now will be Devontae, Quez, Zach Pascal, Jalen Reagor, and JJ will probably be their 5th, and Greg Ward will probably be the 6th.
Yeah,
which is just horrible that those are your last 3 options, because your owner and your general manager are too stubborn to admit their mistakes. Eagles Talk brought to you by Gleason's Bar, located at 6700 Mill Creek Ave in Levittown, PA. If you're around Levittown, hop into this little bar. Always a fun time. Use the promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or order online. Gleason'sBarandSteaks.com to find the menu. Yeah, like you said, Jalen has enough, and there better not be excuses coming from you, because I know there'll be excuses coming from the Jalen apologists saying that there isn't enough around him.
I'll have as much excuses as you did for Carson. Let's just put it at that.
Can you name me Carson's 3 receivers in 2020? His 3 significant receivers, because right now his number 1 receiver was Greg Ward, and guess what Greg Ward is to Jalen Hurts right now? Wide receiver 6. So don't even get me started. Can you name me Carson's offensive line in 2020?
There's one of the excuses.
No. Can you name me Carson's offensive line in 2020? I already gave you his wide receiver 1.
I know he had almost everybody. 6. I know that.
So why do you continue to rebuke my statement with what Carson did in 2020? I'm
just sharing the love. That's all I'm doing. And you just got to give that even shot.
Evan, I'm hot tonight. I'm sorry.
Dude, give him the last season. That's all you do. You have nothing to lose this season.
Yeah, you have a whole season to lose. It's a week-to-week game. You don't just throw away seasons in the NFL unless you want to be franchises like the Jaguars or the Texans. Do you want to be like them, or do you want to be like the Patriots or the 49ers? Or believe it or not, do you want to be the Cowboys who are competing every year?
Yeah.
Because I want to be like them. I want to be like the Packers. I don't want to be like the Jaguars building it from the bottom. This isn't the NBA. It isn't.
Mr. Wynn coming in with the facts. Oh, absolutely. You're going to put that up? Yeah, okay. Okay. Carson Wentz's number 1 wide receiver was the other team's cornerback.
That's tough. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one. I'll give you
Jimmy was getting roasted in the group chat all day. So
I'm hot. I'm sorry. I needed a place to just vent.
That's good.
I'm not a Carson fan. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I want the Eagles to succeed.
That's why we're here. So it really depends on this draft. If he drafts well enough, your window. I mean, I wouldn't even give us a window right now, because we're not in that mode yet. So as soon as we were able to draft talent that we can use right away, I'll say that I'll give us a window. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Wing. Rough weekend when it comes to college basketball. Lost insane amount of beans.
Yeah, Baylor. Okay. Did you have Baylor money line or something like that?
I did. They were the first leg of my parlay, and they were down by 25 with 10 minutes to go. So,
Jesus.
You know, it is what it is. Got to do a better job. And I hate everything about Michigan, so I'm sorry, Don.
Yeah, Michigan.
Michigan cost me on 2 different parlays, and they were the only leg.
Yep.
Yeah, Bill, I would love that. Give me Jordan Davis. Give me who is it? Devin Lloyd? Is that his first name? Yeah, Devin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Devin Lloyd from Utah, Jordan Davis from Georgia. Saw Jordan Davis in person on Friday night at the Maxwell Football Awards, Harris, Atlantic City. He is just a monster of a man. Great personality. Just the way he carries himself, the way he carries himself, it's just Jordan Davis is everything we want. So I would,
and he's Fletcher's replacement.
Yep.
After the season.
Yep. Fletcher will then turn into that rotational guy, and you got Jordan Davis and Javon Hargrave on the inside, and Fletcher Cox coming off the bench with Milton Williams.
Yep.
Dude. Well, if Jordan Davis joins this team,
top 3 defensive line, in my opinion.
Oh, their defensive line is light years better than the Super Bowl defensive line.
Yeah, I agree.
Or just about the same, because that defensive line for the Super Bowl year was insane.
Yeah.
So, Jordan Davis, the only thing with Devin Lloyd is how he's not going to draft him.
Yeah. I don't know what he's afraid of, because he's a freak athlete too. He run like a 4.8 or something like that.
Yep, 4.8.
He's like 6'6" and like what
380 pounds,
80 pounds, something like that. Yeah. So you fucked up last draft by not picking that freak athlete in DK Metcalf, right? So I mean, why not
DK Metcalf and Micah Parsons?
Yep. Why not go for it?
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna get the Carson Sippy Cup just to troll everybody tonight, but
oh my God,
I didn't. Yeah.
Wow.
Davis ran a 4.7.
Wow.
So
fast.
My thing with the Eagles, as much as I want us to draft a Malik Willis, a Pickett, a Corral, a Carson Strong, I'm only doing that if we draft all 3 picks.
Yeah. And dude, the defensive talent for this year's draft is crazy. When it comes to our needs, that's why I don't want to draft a quarterback this season.
Yeah, but if you keep all 3 picks, you draft 2 defensive guys, and then you keep the 3rd pick to draft a quarterback, then you're set. What's the huffing and puffing?
You could fill more holes on the defensive side by doing that.
Not drafting 2 defensive starters. Right?
God.
I don't know, dude.
Jimmy, no.
And Carson Strong would be the 4th choice.
But it would be funny when that guy gets thrown into the fire and then plays really bad, and then
everybody wants to take him out of town, right? But when I want to take our guy out of town, when he's already had 22 starts under his belt and he hasn't beaten one team,
oh my God,
I'm the bad guy, right?
Are you really counting that season when he got thrown in to the shit mess?
I mean, 22 starts is 22 starts. I mean, we threw Carson Wentz out after that shit mess.
He started, what, 4 seasons? 5 seasons?
What happened the other 4 seasons? Or 3 seasons, actually. Because from what I recall, 4 seasons. From what I recall, he was able to throw the football his rookie year. 2nd season, we win a Super Bowl. 3rd season, he comes back statistically better. And then the 4th season, he puts a practice squad on his back and leads us to the playoffs.
Okay.
By the way, multiple dropped games or dropped wins in that season where he easily could have had 12 wins.
I mean, can you not say the same for the Eagles this season either? There was 2 games where Jalen Reagor completely missed the ball, and that was the
one
reason
game,
of
2
us
times.
not winning.
That was 1 game, 2 times, and Jalen Hurts had just absolute horrible game up until that point. It should never even went down to that point. You were playing the freaking Giants.
Just give him the year, Jimmy. Trust us. Give him the year, and we draft a quarterback next season if it doesn't pan out. That's the perfect plan, and there's nowhere else to put it. And I mean, honestly, if you don't go and spend all that money during this year, and you just hold on to it, you can go into next season. There's some quarterbacks on the free agency side of it, so you can go and trade or not even trade. Go get a Derek Carr or something like that if he doesn't get extended.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, that's not going to help because I'd rather have a rookie guy, but he also has to prove himself. So that's what the whole thing is. Like, it's hard to prove yourself in Philadelphia. That's why Carson Wentz, he proved himself, but he proved himself.
Proved himself, and then he got shit on and ran out of town.
That was his fault. I think that was mostly his fault.
Okay.
Was it not?
I mean, part of it was his fault because he didn't want to play with us anymore. But the reasons why he didn't want to play for us anymore, some would say that it's valid. I mean, the guy won you a Super Bowl, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, he was a significant part of us getting to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl, but he did not play in one playoff game, I believe. Yeah. Or no, he played, but
got his head driven into
the ground, sadly.
And then people shat on him for telling it to the trainer when it comes to a head injury. Like, grow up. Everybody that was talking about that never played a sport in their life. So everybody can just grow up when it comes to the head injury.
Yeah, I know.
Head injuries aren't anything to mess with.
But yeah. But dude, that season I was thinking we could do anything because we had like the years we had before the backups, we just had the best luck with it. So, but I guess a 40-year-old guy couldn't get it done. So, and that was expected.
Yeah, bottom line is you should have never drafted a quarterback in the second round after you had no receivers. You had a crumbling offensive line. You had absolutely no defense. You still have no linebacker. You still have no safety. With the exception of Darius Slay, you still have no freaking corner. I mean, I love Avante, but a slot corner is very disposable in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bring back Sidney Jones.
Sidney Jones with Seahawks.
Yeah.
Sewell Douglas back to the Packers.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. I mean, Cole Beasley, I would love him, but I don't understand why we would throw money at a receiver when your quarterback doesn't throw the football. It's really that simple.
They have confidence in him, I feel like. I mean, they were about to trade him for Watson. To be fair, I don't know what they're thinking.
They were looking for Aaron Rodgers. They were looking for Russell Wilson. They were looking for Deshaun Watson. Like, they were looking for Matt Ryan.
Looking for great now. I would take that with a pinch of salt. That report. He was gonna be a backup. He was going to go into camp and have a tryout for the starting QB spot. That's what was going to happen.
And he would have got it.
You weren't were you, if they traded for him, would you want that to happen, or you just expect Matt Ryan just to be the quarterback?
I would want Matt Ryan to be the starting quarterback if he was here.
Sucks.
And I would want Cole Beasley to come to play the slot. Just saying. I don't know. I mean, my ideal plan with the Eagles, as much as I loathe this, I would draft the 2 defensive guys. I would probably sign Tyrann Mathieu.
Yep.
Trade the 1 pick for a first-round pick next year, so then you have 2.
Yep.
That's and then I would have an open quarterback competition when it comes with Gardner Minshew and Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely. I believe that whoever the best quarterback in camp is should get it. And when one crumbles, the other one comes in. That's what it's going to be.
The kid never won a
Gardner
football
Minshew
game.
throws like 5 interceptions in a game, and so everyone can absolutely shut up. I'm just waiting for that, because then.
So you're waiting for your narrative to come true.
No, it's not. It's not even a narrative. It's just going to be kind of funny because everyone's just. I don't want them to lose. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that
you have no faith.
Philly, when Philly fan, do you talk about how bad a quarterback played if you win? Like, did people talk about how bad Matt Stafford played against San Francisco, but they still won?
Yes.
They were talking about the game after. They were talking about the game after.
I talk about it. I don't care what everybody else says.
That's you, though. That's
not
every single other person.
Bad, they deserve to be told that they played bad. When a quarterback plays good, they deserve some praise.
But no, they take that they don't take that considerably because they have a game next week to prove themselves. And if you're just going to throw quarterback spots around and give Matt Ryan a job who is just disgustingly bad the last few seasons, he hasn't been that great.
Yeah.
So I mean the Colts, shit, I don't know if the Colts got better or if they got worse with that.
I don't know. I mean, I think Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz are the same type of quarterback now. Say productivity wise, they're different quarterbacks, but when it comes to productivity and who's the better quarterback, I think they're about equal right now. What's up, Uncle Sweeps? Nitro Freak really wants to start talking Sixers. Last point on the Eagles. I want them to draft 2 defensive guys, Jordan Davis being one of them, and then I guess whatever's available then there. Maybe you get another pass rusher. Maybe you pray to the gods that they get an inside linebacker, but who knows? Mm-hmm. I think you're almost forced to get a linebacker if you're going to go to the 3-4 after the Hassan Reddick signing, but who knows? And then you go open quarterback competition between Minshew and Hurts. They're going to be the 2 guys on the roster.
Put Brandon Graham back to middle linebacker.
Jesus, Brandon Graham's probably going to move inside, I would assume.
Yeah.
If you're going to go 3-4.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, you could put him on the outside for pass rushing downs, and then who knows? But Hassan Reddick's going to be like your Micah Parsons, so that's great. That's absolutely great. All right, let's move on to a little. Do you have any last points on the Eagles? Like what your overall plan will be? I know free agency ended, but you still got are you interested in a guy like Tyrann Mathieu or Bobby Wagner?
Yeah, I'm a lot more intrigued really right now on Mathieu, the Honey Badger, before I am Bobby Wagner. I know Bobby Wagner, he is probably he was a generational linebacker, and I'd say he was probably one of the best linebackers the last few years. But I mean, he's an older guy now, right? He's
32.
That's a hard position to play. If you're gonna have to go and guard a tight end, you know what I mean? If you're gonna have to go and guard a tight end that's a freak like Kittle or Kelsey, like I don't know if you'd be able to keep up. So I'm not willing to go and throw money at these guys like that. Maybe a 1-year deal, I'd take that, but you have to build throughout the draft. I don't know if they're going to do second round. I'm more interested, not more interested, but I'm interested to see what they'll do in the second round. Do they go safety? If they go O lineman and D lineman, they go 1-1. I think they'll probably keep that last one and trade and go for another defensive guy. But I can see them doing the one trade for next season for another first round pick next season, and going 2 in the first round on defense and 1 maybe offense for the second round. I don't know though. They might go safety.
Yeah, I mean, here's the ideal situation scenario. Kyle Hamilton, safety from Notre Dame, best safety in the draft.
Yep.
Some mock drafts have him falling to 15, which is where we are. If he's there, you take him.
Yeah.
And then 16, you take Jordan Davis. And
Yeah.
then if those two are all there's day one starters, and if that's the case, and you think that's going to happen, you sign Bobby Wagner. And then your defense is top 3 defense. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Kyle Hamilton's a stud. He's
Yep.
probably going to be one of the best safeties in the game 2-3 years from now.
Mm.
And we all know what Jordan Davis is. Jordan Davis next Fletcher Cox.
Yep. Absolutely.
Pair that with Hassan Reddick.
Hassan Reddick, yep.
You're set.
Yep.
And then you got big play Slay on the outside, who is deserving of that name after the season he had last year.
I'll wait on that one, but we'll see. We'll see this season if he can do it again. Then I'll be intrigued. But what do you think they'll do in the second round if they do that?
If they do that, then I would probably draft an offensive lineman in the second round.
Yeah,
or a corner.
Because really,
go O lineman or corner.
What do you need on the offensive line? You need a right tackle.
Probably a right tackle. I mean, Lane. You probably get Lane's replacement because I don't know how much longer he has. Yeah, I would either go tackle or I would go corner.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I mean, I don't really. There's people out there I think we should get a running back. No,
running back in the third round.
After the season you saw, running backs are so like the Rams won with having
Cam Akers, Sonny Michel, Darrell Henderson.
The whole year, like maybe 6 running backs.
Yeah,
just a crazy amount. That means you don't really need a running back to win.
Yeah,
2 of the teams didn't have. Joe Mixon's good, but Joe Mixon ain't top 5.
And here's another thing: you can pick guys off the street like Jordan Howard at any given week.
Yeah,
I mean, you have Boston Scott.
Yeah,
you have Boston Scott. You have Miles Sanders still, and you had the best offensive line in football. And if Jalen's still your quarterback, he's going to run the ball for 60 yards a game at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, and by the way, everybody forgets all the praise I was giving Jalen after every single win. It's just the last thing I saw was just horrid quarterback play.
Yeah.
And I warned everybody, if he plays like that, I'm out. He's never going to win.
Flashes. All we needed to see were flashes last season. I wasn't expecting Jalen Hurts to have a Russell Wilson type, a prime Russell Wilson type season.
But the only problem is he showed no flashes with his arm. I mean, the people only point out one good game that he had with his arm, and that was against Denver. And if we really think about it, it was one good pass. And that's hard to do with how much game time he had. It's only for people to think about one pass that you had.
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
Mm.
People have to grow up. Just saying. All right. Sixers Talk brought to you by Paul Bidadell, specialized physical therapy. Check out our doc. He got 2 locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill in NJ. He's our doc. Make them yours. Dr. Paul Bidadell, specialized physical therapy. Sixers pull out a huge win tonight with the reserves, with the backups. Tyrese Maxey has a monster fourth quarter, monster last 8 minutes of the game. I think it's quite simple, honestly. He's your closer. He's your closer in big games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to see the ball in James Harden's hands down the stretch of the fourth quarter. I don't need to see Joel Embiid turning the ball over with 5 minutes left to go in crunch time. Put the ball in this kid's hands and just let him work.
Yep.
Center the offense around him. That is what we learned tonight. We also learned that Furkan Korkmaz can get hot, but we kind of already knew that. But when he's not hot, it gets hard.
Exactly.
Hard. Absolutely hard. So I'm okay with giving him a run, but the second he misses that first 3, he's out. Shake Milton, I need him to build off of this performance, because if him and Georges Niang can give us that little spark, and then you throw in that backup center, those are the only 3 guys you need coming off the bench. But Shake Milton, you need to stay consistent, dude. Yeah. I know I've shitted on you in the past, but in order for us to go far this year, I need you to score consistently coming off the bench. I need you to be that Terrence Ross. I need you to be that Delon Wright from last year. Please.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, he needs to be just as good or even better than Gordon Dragic.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
He has to be a player of that aspect.
100%.
So, can he do it? I don't know. He's done it. He's had spurts throughout the last few seasons where he was scoring 20 plus a game. But it's just his consistency is just maybe that's just coming with having no minutes. I don't know.
Well, he's been getting minutes. He's been getting that backup guard minutes, but he's just
Again,
getting he's just non-existent since
yeah,
Harden got here.
yeah. Because Harden's just such a. That's why there's some games where Harden will have just an okay game and score 11 points, but then Maxey will have 25. It's just like you let Maxey bring that ball up. You let Harden, because when Harden comes up, he's getting double teamed right away, and you have to rely on Tobias Harris to shoot shots while Embiid is. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but we're going back to him being at the top of the key sometimes, where he should be down the post every single time, because that's his game.
Yeah.
And when he's not hitting those shots, that
and with everything you're saying, the sad part is, no matter what happens, you can't say that the trade was a failure because Ben Simmons wasn't playing.
yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah.
Ben Simmons plays, if Ben Simmons comes back and we still trade him, then yeah, we could say the trade was a failure.
Uh-huh.
But Ben Simmons wasn't playing.
Exactly.
So all the people saying that it was a bad trade, you shouldn't have gotten rid of Seth, you shouldn't have gotten rid of Drummond, we gave up too much. There was no other good option. You weren't going to get the Tyrese Halliburton Buddy Hield thing was not going to work out. I'm sorry.
I was a fan of that. I was a fan of that.
It wasn't going to work. Buddy Hield stinks.
You're right.
Tyrese Halliburton is Tyrese Halliburton. I want to see him do it in big games. He was on a certified loser of an organization.
Team. Yeah. You're right.
And now he's doing the same thing with the Pacers, who've been, love my boy John, but we all know what they are.
They're the kings of the East.
Yep. Shake and bake cooking tonight. Great win for the bench. Yeah, and that bench is really Furkan and Shake. So,
yep. Yeah, man.
Man. All right. So the Sixers. Let's see what they have left and see if they got Lakers on Wednesday. Oh, that's going to be must-watch A2D time. It's going to be right.
Oh, you already know.
Right on A2D Wednesdays with Ralphie. That's going to be great. Are the Lakers relevant right now? Are they in a play-in game?
I think they're in
they're ninth.
Yeah. I think they're ninth.
And they are 3 games away from falling out of that. So they desperately need wins. So that's definitely going to be must-watch A2D time. Watching Ralphie freak out.
He's going to break another chair.
Sixers are 2.5 games out. They are in second place. They have the Lakers. Where else? Here's the
schedule. They got the Suns. Do they have the Warriors?
So they have the
Warriors.
They have the Lakers Wednesday, the Clippers Friday, then the Suns on Sunday, and then they come back home on Tuesday to play the Bucks. So that little 4-game stretch, what are you thinking?
I think you get a win against the Lakers. I bet LeBron pulls something, doesn't want to play or something. Because if LeBron plays, we're shutting that shit up. We're shutting that shit up real fast. I think, even though our defense has been struggling, he's going to have to rely on his shot. And I know I'm just going to call out all the LeBron sexuals. He played a few games this season. He scored 50 points twice in 1 week. Then he'll go and take 2 weeks off and play GM. And it ain't working. It ain't working. Look at your record. Score all 50 all you want. You're still not a top 10. You're not even a top 15 team in the NBA right now with the roster you have.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And shout out to Russell Westbrook, though. Shutting the haters up last week.
Yeah, he's a loser.
He is, but
I used to love him, but he just, interaction with fans. It's just
that's the same thing with KD. I have, I like KD, but he just talks too much to the fans. Just let him heckle. I mean, we heckled, And look what happened to us. We looked stupid after that game against the Nets.
Yeah.
And I guess you can't heckle around Yusuf Nurkic unless you want to get your phone tossed. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Like, that was ridiculous.
What was the phone up in his face and he just grabbed it?
No, he really had like it was. I said teenager in the group chat, but I saw he had like a beer in his hand. But so Nurkic walks up after the Blazers get absolutely shit on by 30, against the Pacers, and he has like his phone like recording, and then Nurkic comes up, gets in his face, and just throws his phone.
Jesus
Literally
Christ.
gets his phone, throws it like behind him, like
Wow.
behind the kid. I was like, "What is happening?" You do have to watch. You have to watch the video.
All right, I'll watch it.
It's scummy.
That's crazy.
I know fans go over the line sometimes, but
Yeah,
that's not okay.
yeah, you're a millionaire. You could there's just so many things that I would do to just be a millionaire and just
Yeah.
have the money just keep on like I will have people at my window every morning at 8 a.m. saying you fucking suck over and over again until I get out of bed for him to be a millionaire. Like
You would be smiling too.
I would
You'd
be
be
like,
cheesing.
another great day.
It's raining only over the Rodweller house.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean that's really it when it comes to Sixers. I mean, do we think that I still think we can beat the Heat in a series. I think we could beat the Raptors in a 7-game series. It's going to come down to the Bucks and the Nets.
Yep.
I'm scared to death of the Nets, dude. I really am. I think it's going to we're going to get our hopes up, whether it's the first round, whether it's the second round, whether it's the conference finals. I feel like we're going to get our hopes up and we're going to end up losing in 6.
Dude, Jimmy, I could see that because of what happened the last few seasons. That's just what the Sixers do. With Doc Rivers, who's not even a doctor, um, is running up these hockey lines like you say all the time with no proven players. But tonight was a step in the right direction, no doubt. But
Yeah.
he's annoying. He's just annoying. It was funny because last night Tommy and I forget who else was on. There's a few guys on, but they
Uncle
were
Sleeps
saying
was
that
on too.
yeah, he was saying Don was saying that Glenn Rivers is the Black Doc or is the Black Brett Brown, but he thinks he's the Black
Popovich.
Popovich. Yeah. Wow, I
Yeah.
cannot. That was a tongue twister.
Yeah, say that 15 times fast.
Black Pop. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's a lot of BRs and ops.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, another 15-point lead was blown yesterday. The bench was once again non-existent, and I think it's a combination of James Harden just trying to find his way on this team. It's a combination of Doc Rivers being Doc Rivers. You know, I think
Yeah.
when it's good, but when it's bad, it's horrible. It's just I've never seen a coach just blow this many ginormous leads. Like, are you kidding me? Another
Yeah.
15-point lead you're blowing?
Oh no, Andy, I know tonight was a big one. I was smiling. I was just like, your fate when you have a coach like Doc Rivers. When you have a coach like Doc Rivers, you know.
Doc Rivers, Brett Brown, no bench. You know, I'm hoping that we could somehow get rid of this Tobias contract and we could just build a bunch of role players. Like,
Yeah.
Harden's going to opt into this contract because who would opt out of $45 million or whatever the hell it is? Like,
And we have
he's
no
staying.
option against that, right? We have to.
Yeah, it's a player option, so we have to stay obliged to it unless we trade.
They were booing him last night. They were booing him.
I
And
mean,
I would
rightfully so. He's killing the offense.
Yeah. And it's weird because he's so passive and times for him to not be passive, and he takes too many shots when he shouldn't, you know?
All right, we will, Andy.
Dude, Andy, I would. Oh, God.
I mean, I have a massive amount of money on the Sixers winning the finals this year, so I hope that I'm wrong. But Doc Rivers is just KZ. Are we kidding right now? Blowing just 25-point leads in playoff games, 18-point leads in playoff games, multiple double-digit leads this year. Like,
yeah.
What else are you going to blame? And that's mostly because of the hockey lines.
Yep. And you know what? Some of this blame, I know that I'm probably going to get heat for this, but unpopular opinion, some of this is on Daryl Morey. It is.
Right, I hear you.
Like, not a lot of it, but some of it.
Yeah, like, he was all in on Harden.
Yeah, the only player you got was DeAndre Jordan and the buyout. That's all you got.
And Paul Millsap. Part of the Harden
trade. He was a trade, yeah. But that was a guy you should have released. And you should have got another guard. And you go and free up money, you could have got the few guards, you could have got a Dennis Schroeder. No, Dennis Schroeder, did he get released or no? Or
no.
Did he get put in the buyout? No.
No.
You really could have got Dragic, would have helped tremendously.
Yeah.
Because he could have been taking minutes from Danny Green, and he could have been kind of your Seth Curry, but on a lower level. So now you have to rely on Shake. That's all it is.
Yeah. And if you look at it, I still think that after what you see tonight, it's just more of a reason that you're going to have to bring Tyrese Maxey off the bench. As much as we hate it, you're not going to bring Harden off the bench.
Yeah.
I think Tyrese Maxey is going to have to come off the bench and just be that second unit spark and just light stuff up with Tobias Harris. So it'll be Harden and Embiid and Maxey and Tobias. Now, I'm not saying Maxey's going to get 20 minutes. He's still going to get 35, 38 minutes a night. Mm-hmm. But we're going to need that spark at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, because
beginning of the second quarter.
You can't rely on Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid out there alone. Yeah. But I mean, it works pretty well with when Harden's out there with Niang. That works well.
Yeah.
So you just gotta. You have to have a master plan to have this work.
Yeah, and more importantly, once that 4-minute mark happens in the third quarter and James Harden's just gassed, that's when you bring Maxey in to do your stuff. And from the fourth minute point of the third quarter, wow, till 10 minutes, 9 minutes left in the fourth, it's Maxey's game. You get 7 straight minutes of Tyrese Maxey. And then that's when everybody else can come out. You have your best 5, and then you win the game.
Yeah. I guess that is the perfect plan, because when you take the ball out of Maxey's hands, that hurts his game like a lot.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, like, I know that if you want to put the best players out there that you can as your starting 5, but you need to play the long game.
Yeah.
You need to see who's hot, who's not hot. Like, but you can't see if Maxey's hot or not if he has Harden bringing up the ball every goddamn time in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Ritz, that new season of Fortnite is just hot and cold. I don't know if I like it or not. I love the guns, love the sprinting.
I still can't believe you play. I thought that was a joke. I keep thinking,
dude, I'm a Fortnite gamer. What could I say? I was streaming with our boy Ritz the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to start streaming some Rocket League. It's getting hot.
Dude, talk to Ritz about it.
It's getting hot.
Streaming is becoming real big, obviously, and it's only up with A2D. We've had a lot of comments throughout the show, a lot of views, a lot of subscribers for the online streaming. So make sure you check us out there. We're live basically every night. So yeah. I mean, Andy's going to be on tonight, so make sure you guys check them out. Evan, re-download Fortnite. We could all squad up.
I used to be good at Fortnite, but I took a big
Dude, I used to see all the time all over your Snap stories. Oh, first place, Victory
that was
Royale.
during quarantine. That was a full job. But no, yeah, definitely I'll play.
KZ saying if Maxey comes off the bench, who's going to be the shooter at the 2? Korkmaz. Yeah, it's going to have to be the Korkmaz or Danny Green. So my ideal lineup will probably be Harden, Green, and if Green's cold, then you bring in Korkmaz. You're going to just have to flip-flop the 2 of them. I'm sorry. Oh, Andy Ritz is not streaming tonight. I think he streams.
Damn it.
Andy, when do you stream? I know you stream Sunday nights.
Ralphie does too. There's a few guys that do.
Yeah, Ralphie streams, Frank streams, and Rich streams. I just don't know the days off the top of my head. But yeah, if I think that you need Harden, Harden, Green, Matisse, Tobias, and Joe, right?
Yeah.
And then Max is going to be your 6th man that just does all the scoring with Shake, Georges, DeAndre when Joe needs a blow. Pause.
What?
Pause.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. KZ says no more Danny Green. All right, so Tuesday, Sundays is Andy. Ralph is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with the NCAA college football. Frank does stream too. Frank does not stream. That would be bad. All right, sorry.
Oh my god. That's
when Joe needs some fresh air and needs a relief. That's when DeAndre Jordan comes onto the floor. Should be no more than 4 minutes.
Now, do you think that Paul Millsap do you think they'd run a small ball? Because their small ball wasn't terrible today, but that was only because they were going against Bam, who's only like 6'8", right? And so is Paul Millsap. But if you go out and play a different center, you will need DeAndre Jordan. So I guess we'll see. Oh,
rather just have Bassey. I mean, I'm watching TCU last night, and I'd rather have Lampkin in as our backup center. Dude was freaking balling last night. Grabbed 9 offensive rebounds.
Oh my god! What are your thoughts on Holmgren or Holmgren?
Holmgren?
Is that his name? The Gonzaga kid.
Oh,
the one that looks unathletic as hell.
The 7'7" guy that's like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's good. I mean,
the white KD.
Yeah, he needs to put a serious amount of weight on him.
Yeah.
If he wants to survive in the league.
They're saying he's a first pick in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, he could shoot from anywhere on the court. I just think, Brandon Ingram, everybody, his biggest knock was he was too skinny, and he put a little bit of weight on, and he's a valid NBA basketball player.
Yeah.
So Holmgren needs to put some weight on him.
Yep.
I do like Timmy. Timmy's a great mustache. Love the mustache, and he single-handedly brought them back into the game on Sunday. So
yeah,
I still think Gonzaga is going to choke Texas Tech. But
I wish that Noah would stream. He would have like a sleep stream. That would be beautiful. Just a sleep stream, and then every time somebody donates, a sound goes off. I think that would be funny as hell. But yeah, I think Ivy is probably the most NBA ready player, in my opinion, with all the college players right now. Like, I'm not a big college basketball guy, but I'll look into some guys and watch some highlight tapes.
Yeah.
I do think he's the most NBA ready player.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not watch one game of college basketball until Thursday this year. So, and I've watched every single one.
Yeah.
And I love Texas Tech. I think Duke's going to lose to Texas Tech.
I was saying the same exact thing. I think Duke's going to choke it.
Yeah.
For I like last game.
Yeah, definitely. I like UCLA against North Carolina. I think Juzang, Tiger. I like UCLA squad. basically the same squad from last year.
Are you seeing anything from Nova this season? That was a pretty good win against Ohio State.
Oh yeah, I think Nova's winning it all.
I do think so too.
Yeah.
I'm biasly speaking because I'm a Nova fan, but
Yeah.
they have a pretty good team. Like they don't have a guy. They have a bunch of role players that are just that work. And you see like there's been like I forget who it was. What was it? Frank Kaminsky when he played for Wisconsin or something like that when they won. None of the all of those players besides Frank Kaminsky plays in Europe. None of those guys were the guys.
Yeah.
You rarely see that unless they go to Duke or Kentucky. And when's the last time Duke or Kentucky has fucking won a national championship? It's been a few years.
Yeah, that's the thing. They really don't win unless they have a super team.
It's
like we saw that with Anthony Davis's team. KZ, I'll get right back to that comment. Don. I never learned. I always pick against. Yeah, Michigan has cost me a lot of money this week. Or this past weekend. I'm probably going to be one of my losers this weekend just for picking against Michigan 2 days in a row. But it is what it is. They're not getting past Villanova. Villanova is too fundamentally sound. They make their free throws.
Yep.
They have an insane amount of chemistry because they've been playing together for 3 years now.
That team reminds me of a Jazz team. What the Jazz are now.
Yeah.
I know, like, besides, I mean, you can argue that Mitchell is a system player. Like, he's not an all-star. I wouldn't say he's like a superstar, but he's got his game that helps players around him. I know that has to do with regular season and all that, and they can't do jack shit in the playoffs just because they're a market that can't draw in somebody like a big name. But when you have a good coach and good role players around you, you'll be fine.
All right. Last Sixers point. Talk about the strengths of the Sixers and what they're doing. KZ says this is why I didn't like the trade. We have to build a lineup around Harden's strengths now because all he can play is iso ball. But Foles when you really need him to step up. I mean, the guy that he was traded for doesn't play. Like that's the only reason why we can't call it a failure. You know? I did not want the Kings slop.
Yep.
I did not want the Queen slop, the Sacramento Queen slop. I'm sorry. That's the only problem. You're gonna have to adjust to it. We're probably gonna have to adjust for it for the next year. The one thing that I will say is Joel Embiid, knock on wood, he has proven to me that he is just entering his prime, and he probably still has 6 years, maybe 7 years left.
Joel?
Yes.
Wow.
I think he could play until 34. He's 28 now. I think he could play at this high level until 34. He will be load managing throughout his career. I mean,
do you think that he's going to be 6 years whole career?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think once Tobias's contract is up in 3 seasons, whatever it is, once Harden's out of here, you're going to be able to build a team around Joel Embiid. Guys are going to want to come play with Joel Embiid.
Yep.
And you'll maybe be able to get 1 or 2 rings when Joe is between the ages of 31 and 34.
I hope so.
I think this year's just the bridge to getting Joe more experience. Get him to the conference finals. Get him to the finals. If we win, we win.
It's Eastern Conference Finals or bust. We could all say that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's finals or bust, but that's just
I think it's finals or bust as well.
But it would be a step in the right direction to at least make the Eastern Conference, make it competitive in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Let me tell you one thing. Steph Curry being hurt now, I don't know if he'll be hurt for a little bit. But if he doesn't come back 100% and we do make it to the finals and we don't win, it's a failure. Because you made it through the gauntlet of the East. Once you get to the finals, you need to win that.
Nope.
You can take care of the Suns.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's my last Sixers point.
No, yeah.
We could get into some winners and losers. That'll bring us to some Phillies talk as well. But winners and losers always brought to you by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. My first winner, John Middleton, finally listening to us, going over the luxury cap. Like we previewed earlier on in the show. This team got significantly better. I think early on the Sports Hounds, their poll question was over under for the Phillies wins this year was 84.5. I would put $1,000 that the Phillies win over 84 games this year.
I'd say so.
$1,000.
Yep.
So I would hop on that right now. Pay what you can. Don't be stupid. But they will win over 84 games this year, and they will make the playoffs.
Because they're not going to blow 26 games this season. I don't think.
Correct.
You can't do that again. That's just impossible.
Yeah, and people want to say that the bullpen, they're scared of the bullpen. Look, the bullpen is what the bullpen's going to be. It's not going to be as bad as what it was last year. Mm-hmm. You still have Alvarado, who he can't possibly have as bad as a year as he had last year. You got Corey Knebel, who's probably going to be your closer. Brad Hand, he came on a little bit at the end of last year. George Familia has been a guy in this league who's proven himself. Sir Anthony, if he ever comes back, you're still probably going to need that long reliever who you can get. You'll be able to get a guy at the trade deadline. You'll probably be able to get one more guy as spring training goes on. When it comes to the bats, yeah, maybe you get a center fielder at the trade deadline or you get a third baseman at the trade deadline.
Yep.
But everybody's crying over Brad Miller. You got basically what the Braves' Brad Miller was in a Johan Camargo.
Yep. And you have Ronald Tarias, too, that's just signed.
Signed with us today?
A minor league contract, but he has the option to move up, too, if they need him. So
exactly.
That he played great last season, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
On the squad we had, he filled in pretty well.
He was probably your best shortstop / third baseman.
Jesus. That's sad. That's sad, but yeah, it's true.
So, yeah, Phillies, awesome. John Middleton, awesome. Dombrowski, way to mess with that cap because the Rockies paid $182 million for Chris Bryant. We paid $179 million for Nicky Katz and Kyle Schwarber combined.
Yep. Wow. Yep.
All right.
Colorado doesn't have Nolan Alderado. Was it Alderado? No, is it Nolan Arenado? My fault.
Yeah.
What team is he's not on there anymore?
He's on the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Oh yeah. Okay. So they pretty much just got him back. But yeah. I mean, he is what Chris Bryant is now. He was what Chris Bryant is now.
Yeah.
So Colorado ain't gonna do much paying all that money.
Yeah, and Trevor Story left them to go to Boston.
I would love to have him on our team. I would have loved to pick him up, but
hey, hopefully Bryson Stott is something.
Yeah,
because if Bryson Stott turns into something if he just comes up and just is hot, you don't need to get a shortstop. You can worry about maybe plugging in at center field.
Yeah. So what is your ideal rotation? Like hitting wise,
like a lineup.
Yeah.
I would say Schwarber 1. He'll play left field. I'm sorry, he'll DH. Nicky Katz will be left field, batting second. Bryce Harper, right field, will bat third. Hoskins playing first base will bat fourth. JT will bat fifth, catching. 6 will be Segura playing second base. 7 would probably be Odubel playing center field. 8 would be Bohm playing third base. And shortstop would be Didi batting ninth.
Okay.
Yeah, I was defense is going to be atrocious, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking Segura was going to lead off because he's more your leadoff guy, but I mean, you could plug in Schwarber there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even throw him in later, but you want to get him as much at bats as possible at the same time.
Yeah, I think Schwarber. I think if you get a legit if you get a legit center fielder and you plug him into the one spot and put Schwarber ninth, I think that could work out as well.
Yeah.
But
hopefully Baum does something this season. And
yeah, it goes back to his rookie ways. Yeah.
Both of them rookie ways. Like, you would see 150 plus home runs easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. I just think that Segura isn't a natural leadoff hitter. I think Segura is best suited for that sixth hole. He's more of that leadoff hitter when it comes to like the third inning, second inning.
Yeah,
he could spark. He could spark the guys like Boehm and Odubel.
Yep.
And then Schwarber's just going to get on base for Castellanos and Harper. So.
And there's gonna be a lot of solo home runs, I think, this season.
Dude, I hope not. And then I got to hear the little weasels in this sports media saying, "Oh my God, look, Bryce Harper, how does he only have this amount of RBIs?"
Yeah,
like there's a loser. All the people that just bitch and moan about the good that we have in this town, like Claude Giroux, just bitching and moaning, just to bitch and moan. Like, get over yourself, dude. We get it. You want to be different. Yep. You're a loser. You're a loser that failed at sports. That's why you're doing what you do.
Yep.
Like if we want to be completely honest.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of these people just make out all these narratives.
Yeah, I don't want to name any names, but I'm just saying there's a lot of beat writers, there's a lot of journalists in Philadelphia that just write just to write. I mean, Jake Voracek said it best in one of those press conferences. Little weasels.
He's right. And it's every sport too. That's
in Philly. I mean, Philly's. I love the town to death. We'll never leave it. I'm never leaving this region ever.
Yep. Same.
But I can understand how some of these athletes don't want to be here. You know,
yeah, for sure.
You got any winners or losers?
Matthew says a great, Kyle Pitts, I think, for just a week ago, he was saying there's scary hours in Atlanta, and now he wasn't lying. There's going to be some scary games when they're
Halloween
losing.
every day.
Yep. So they're going to be losing by 20 plus every game. I mean, they got crushed by the Eagles. They got dismantled by the Eagles. So I could see Atlanta winning 3 games this season, 2 games. They'll be the new Jaguars. You have no Calvin Ridley. You only have, dude. The only bright spot of that whole team is Kyle Pitts, and now he doesn't have a quarterback. Or does Baker have something to say about it?
Yeah, that was my next question. Is a loser going to be Baker?
Maybe you know what? Maybe if he gets a change of scenery and gets a starting job on a different
Philadelphia.
No, Atlanta, definitely.
Atlanta, they got Mariota.
How many year deal? It's probably a 1-year deal.
It doesn't matter. I mean, Baker's going to be
There's no way he's going to be a backup on the Browns. I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
I mean, they just signed I think they signed Brissett to be the backup. The Browns.
Brissett.
Browns so did. Baker's definitely going to be out. He's not. He'll probably be traded draft night.
Yeah. I mean, he
dude, 3-team trade. Jalen goes somewhere. Baker's the next quarterback, and we only have to do it for Jalen Hurts and a 4th-round pick.
Wow,
sign me up.
And then what's going to happen when shit hits the fan with Baker? Is he going to cry?
Move on to the next. Like you've been saying, we'll have our 2 first-round picks next year to trade for a quarterback. Dude, I don't have a narrative here. I'm just telling you, Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Barely.
Malik Willis is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Sam Pickett is a better quarterback.
He threw them out of games.
Jalen Hurts didn't throw us.
He didn't throw
for us.
I know. I'd rather have a quarterback that
loses because he can't throw the football
than throws it to the other team every game, like your boy did. See, they were the same.
Your boy had more interceptions than my boy this year. Let's just throw that out there.
Who made the playoffs, though?
Who made the playoffs? It was depending on Gardner Minshew.
The Jaguars. Oh, I can't score. Oh, 0
Evan,
touchdowns.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Sorry. He had a touchdown in the last minute of the game when it didn't even fucking matter because he's a weasel. He's a weasel. Carson is a weasel. If you don't agree with that, I don't know what to say.
You won't be saying that. You won't be saying that when he comes into Philadelphia and he outplays Jalen Hurts and the Washington Communists win the football game.
No, hell no.
Evan, I could already see it. The Eagles and the Washington Communists are going to be tied for first place. It's going to be Week 18. All we need to do is win at the link, and Carson Wentz comes in and wins for the division. I already see it, and then all hell will break loose on A2D radio because I'm coming for vengeance. You want to know who I am? I'm vengeance,
dude. You need to be stopped. You need to be stopped. You need to be stopped right now. Don't talk.
You don't see that scenario coming.
You need it now.
And what's it matter? We have no expectations, right? So it won't matter, right?
Oh, gosh.
We won't expect anything.
Expectations. We have expectations.
You just said you did what?
What?
What'd you say? We have championship expectations.
I said we don't.
Okay, so why would you have a problem with that if it happens?
Because we're not going to lose against the Communists. There's no way. There's no way.
You know, I have this yellow sweatshirt that I wear sometimes on air, and I have my my maroon Phillies hat. I was gonna wear it today just to troll, for the Washington Communist colors, but I didn't because I'm not a Communist fan. I'm an Eagles fan.
Oh my god!
All right, I got one more winner, and then I'm gonna head off. All right.
Yeah, that's good.
I got Claude Giroux.
Oh hell no! I know you did not just call. I know you did not just call yourself Batman.
I never said that. I said I'm vengeance. I'm vengeance for Carson Wentz and the blood
you
he put
of
out
all people on a channel that has me and Chucks did not just turn around and say you were vengeance.
I'm going to be vengeance.
Out of here! Stop! Stop! You're a child. Stop!
Hey, Bruce Wayne was a child too.
Oh my god!
Orphan, actually.
No, he was 8 years old. Get it right. See, for that reason, you can't be vengeance. I'm leaving.
All right, I got one winner. I got one more winner. Claude Giroux. Another guy who's just very polarizing in the city, especially with the Flyers fans. I know the number one, the Philly sports fans who loved Flyers the most. They polarized this guy from beginning to end because he never got us over the hump. So they say that he didn't deserve the C on his chest. I just want to give a big shout out to Claude Giroux. I mean, I met the guy. He was a great guy. He was one of those guys that he loved to play the sport. He could never get over the hump because whether it was goaltending, whether it was defense, whether it was the fact that they never put a sniper around him. But I wish him nothing but the best in Florida. He's definitely going to be a weekend winner.
Yep.
And hopefully he comes back and retires with us.
Yep.
Because if there's any guy that deserves good blessings from the city of Philadelphia, it's him.
Yeah.
So.
No, even though of his shortcomings in the playoffs, it doesn't matter. He's still our baby. But my weekend winner has to be the Browns. Honestly, it really has to be the Browns. They gave him a lot of money. They gave him a lot of money for a guy who hasn't played in 2 years.
He'll probably be suspended too.
Yeah, they gave him a lot of money. They don't really care about suspensions, obviously, because they have Kareem Hunt. But just their offensive side, Amari Cooper. I mean, I was hearing talks they might even re-sign Jarvis Landry. That was an option too. They have one of the best running back committees in a game. Their defense, Myles Garrett. You got ballers. Yep, you got ballers. You got ballers. So I think I would throw the Browns up there for the NFL contender for the title.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah, check the odds on that, but you could probably throw down $100 on that right now, and you can make out big time.
Yeah,
so.
But they're in a loaded division too, and with the AFC, how the AFC is panning out right now, it's really looking like the AFC Central, or the AFC West.
Yeah,
the AFC West That's it. I can see all 4 teams making the playoffs. So,
yeah, I mean, Raiders got scary good with Devontae Adams.
yeah,
Defense is okay. They're probably going to build up in the draft there.
exactly.
So we'll see what happens. Great show tonight, Evan.
Yeah, sir.
We'll be back next week. We're going to keep on talking Eagles. Phillies opening day is getting closer and closer. I can't wait till the dog days of summer, believe it or not, where we could just talk Phillies, watch Phillies, talk Phillies.
Yeah.
Put on the home run hat, get close to the NFL. Quite honestly, I just want to fast forward to June, see if the Sixers made it or not, because this is just torture right now, in my opinion. Just torture.
Yep.
But we'll continue to talk about it as always. Fight Zone brought to you by FanUp. Best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NBA contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use the promo code A2D for 5,000 points at a $50 value. FanUp.app. Boys, have a great night. Have a great week. We will see you then.